What's up, you guys? It's Ryan with Artisan Kennels. Today we're going to be covering some puppy training. It's very important for people and breeders to train their puppies individually to make sure that they can grow up and have a good life without getting into trouble, biting other people, other dogs, turning out to be an aggressive dog, right? So you got to really work on that temperament, that socialization at an early age. And you can start at as early as 8 weeks. Sometimes I'll start earlier. I'm a breeder, so sometimes I can get my hands on a puppy a little bit earlier to start that training as early as 4 to 5 weeks. These dogs, the puppies are very, very smart. They're intelligent and they can pick up on things very fast. So as long as you're consistent, and if you have a passion for animals in general, it's pretty simple. It's just consistency and really understanding how a dog's mind works. So a dog's mind, to touch up on that note real quick, 10% of the time they're actually listening to your voices. 90% of the time they're looking at body movements. So that's how dogs talk to each other. They're moving their ears, their tails. They communicate in a different way. They speak a different language, right? So with every command, you're going to use a hand signal. So for example, this is sit, right? So when I do this, the dog sits. This is stay. This is down. So that's what you want to do. You want to utilize a hand signal for whatever you're trying to do, because we use a technique called clicker training, but instead of using a clicker and walking around with a clicker all day, we utilize the word yes. So the word yes marks the behavior or the command, right? So for example, right when the dog's butt touches the ground, when you're saying sit, you're going to say yes, and then give the puppy a treat, about 2 seconds after that. Okay. And eventually we're going to, phase out the word yes, and we're just going to say good girl or good boy. But at first, we're going to be utilizing the word yes every time, that dog completes the command. Okay. So, all right, you guys, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to be utilizing the clicker method. It's called clicker training for these dogs. And instead of, using a clicker to mark the command or that the command's completed, we're going to be utilizing the word yes. So for example, Betty Boop, sit, yes. Right when she touches her butt on the ground, 2 seconds later, you give her that treat. Don't give it to her while she's jumping up like that. And by the way, you guys, make sure that you are training your dogs on a leash at first. Right now, I got Betty Boop on a show lead because we're going to practice stacking today. That we can go over that in another video. But yeah, today we're going to have Betty Boop on a leash and getting her to sit. So you're going to wave the treat over her head. Sit. Yes. And that's going to get her to sit, okay? So you guys remember that I'm utilizing this for Betty Boop to sit, okay? So watch this. I can do it without even saying the word. Yes. Good girl. Because she knows what this is. We want a hand signal for every, a hand gesture for every command, okay? So we're gonna try this again. Betty Boop, sit, yes. Good girl, that's such a good girl. And I know it's kind of weird, you guys, at first, like, utilizing the word yes, but when you say yes, you have to give the dog a treat, right? But you don't have to say yes every time. That's just at first, okay? Make sure that you're training your dog when they're hungry, or your puppy when they're hungry. You don't want to be training your puppy after they ate, because they're not going to be as motivated or treat motivated and working with you, right? So, Betty Boop, sit, yes. Good girl, good girl. So as your, puppy gets used to this yes command, and it's doing really, really good, you can do this instead now. Come on, Betty Boop, sit. Good girl. Without giving a treat, right? Because you don't want to do this every single time. you know, after your dog gets used to it and she understands the command, you want to start phasing out that word yes. And you don't want to have to give her a treat every time. So just petting your dog like this and praising her, good girl, is just as good as giving your dog a treat, okay? Since we're on this topic about treats, you guys, we use freeze-dried treats. This is what they look like. It's beef liver, and there's a whole bunch of different brands, but that's what we utilize. And my suggestion is making a mix, you know, like a trail mix of dog treats, and utilizing that, and trying to have a pouch too, a training pouch. Also helps, so you don't have to have these treats in a pocket in a plastic bag and it gets all messy like this. You want to have like a little training pouch. So we have one on the way right now. Betty Boop, let's come here. Come here. Yes. Good girl. What's up, you guys? It's Ryan with Artisan Kennels. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Also, follow our Instagram. That's Artisan Kennels. And if you have any questions with our upcoming breedings, studs, or puppies, go to artisankennels.com and reach out. Thanks, you guys.